apart from poetry, I usually come live to recite my shairi and all. That first time I'm talking about these mental health and about life. So it's good and it's a new experience for me as well. So I think we can start with our discussion now.
Yeah. So yes. So what I was telling was dealing with the changes was and is always had been a challenge to each individual, right? So how do you look at the changes in life? Be the let's talk about generation gap first. So if you look at your mother and you, right? So what are the changes that you observe, and what are the situations? Are there any situations that you are facing which your mother might not have faced? Like, if I have to give an example, right? So if I'm into some peculiar situation wherein I don't know what to do with, I would think like if my parents are there in the situation, be it my father or my mother, how would they deal with the situation is what my thought process goes in, right? And then I decide, okay, they would do like this. Okay, they look for some friend who would help them in this situation. So that is how I look at that. That is how my thought process goes. So you tell me how it goes with you.
Yeah, see, I would like to talk more about this particular situation, which is the corona situation. So if we talk about generation gap here in this situation, so now this is more prominent because most of us or most of the young people who are usually away from home due to their work or any other reasons, but now they are at home, so they have to spend time with they have to spend time with their parents, they have to spend time with the family. So now this issue of generation gap is more prominent because now you cannot run away, you have to face it. So yeah, I would say we need to handle it because we need to respect their sentiments also. And I would say we shouldn't go against every time, but I think we need to be vocal. We need to find out proper ways to put forward our ideas, our thoughts, our thought process, and make them understand how the world has changed. And it is not always we are wrong, but what our thought process is and what is going on in our mind and how it can help us, and if we are not doing it, how it can harm us. So if we can properly take out time to discuss with them, means communication gap shouldn't be the issue for the generation gap. So we should have proper communication with them, and also we should try to understand their point of view and concerns. So based on that, we will be able to explain our concerns to them. This is what I think.
Yeah, since you had brought in the corona topic, so these days, I don't know whether you had observed or not. No matter, I don't see our parents' generation feeling so stressful about the situation, right? So they are okay. They understood the pandemic situation and they are little quiet, and they are dealing in their way. I know when compared to our generation, they are little calm. If you look at our younger generation, most of us are getting frustrated. So what do you think about that? What is your insight on that?
Means you are saying our generation is getting more frustrated about the corona issue compared to the older generation.
Exactly, that's what I feel. So what do you think?
The unnecessary chaos and unnecessary complications that we are creating, we should learn. If you think the older generation is calm about it, then I think that we should learn from them. From there, we should observe them, we should learn from them, because they have belief in our culture, which is very much powerful, which has the ability to virus is just a mere small thing. So that medicine Coronel came from Patanjali few days back, and everyone is making so much of fun about it. So means the younger generation has no belief in our culture, in Ayurvedic and in spirituality, in healing, as you also follow spirituality and you know that our culture is much more powerful. This virus shouldn't be in our country, but unfortunately it is there because of a lot of modernization, I would say. So it is not bad to take the precautions and all. We should definitely take the precautions to keep ourselves away from this virus, but we shouldn't allow it to harm us mentally. We shouldn't allow it to create an impact on us mentally. So in that way, mentally we have to be strong. We should try to keep our immunity strong. Like for that also there are a lot of things in our Ayurveda and day-to-day life that we use, like turmeric is there, ginger is there, and there are if we ask the older
Immunity
generation,
boosting tools. Am I correct?
yeah, they will give you a lot of solutions to increase the immunity. So that is the thing, we should keep increasing our immunity physically as well as mentally. So mentally we need to be strong and we should not be scared of it. And so all that I would agree with the older generation.
Yeah, definitely. In that aspect of, having a deep-rooted connection with the culture, they win it, isn't it? So, if I have to bring in the other topic that I had come up with, faking the friendships, faking the relationships. We had become so indulged into the rat race, as in, you don't worry about the friends. You don't, think about those friends whom we had met maybe some 10 years ago. We don't know how they are. We don't know where they are. Of course, we look at them on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. We just scroll off. If we could say hello to them, during this pandemic situation, all of us have been into some kind of mental stress, isn't it? See, if you look at people, there are some people who are facing financial stress because of Corona. There are some people who have everything at home and still, worrying a lot about their work, or some frustration regarding that they could not go out, they could not travel. Such kinds of issues are there. So there are lots of issues which are actually personalized, right? I mean, personalized issues. That's what I mean. So if I look back, as you touched the topic about culture, our older generation are more in touch with the culture and nature. If you look at our older generation, if you look at us, we are so much into our phones, digged into our phones, that we don't actually look at the way we are functioning, how I am eating, how I am doing my exercises. Am I doing it? Am I keeping my body good? Let me talk about myself. When I was in office, I used to forget about drinking. It's like that. I get indulged so much that I forget drinking water. But will that help me? Definitely not. Right? But these are the things that we need to look at. So what do you think about this gap between, getting out of the culture and, getting into too much, digging into the technology and living along with the technology? Is it helping, or what is it happening?
Certainly not. It is not helping us. Technology is definitely useful if we use it in a right way. It is like, it is said like, हमें Instagram चलाना चाहिए, but Instagram हमें चला रहा है. हमें Facebook चलाना चाहिए, लेकिन Facebook हमें चला रहा है. So it shouldn't be able to drive you. You should be the user of the technology. They shouldn't be using you. So this is how it is happening now. So if anything which is out of limit is always harmful. So there should be limited use. There should be proper use, which is actually helpful to you. And there should be definitely communication between friends and family and loved ones. It is the need of the moment, especially at the time we need to check on them, how are they doing. And now we have got time. Usually we think when we were too busy, we used to think whenever we'll be free, we'll be at home, we'll call this friend or that relative, we'll talk about it, we'll discuss about it whenever we'll get time. But actually that never happened. Even if we were free, we used to get into our phones or such devices and used to waste our time. So now we have got time. Now we should actually use our time, utilize it, which will help us also to express our gratitude to loved ones, to friends, or any person who has helped us in any way. At least in last 1 year, if we take this as the activity of everyday routine, and we make a point to talk to 2 or 3 people at least in a day, to express our gratitude, to express our love, to tell them how we feel and how helpful they were in our life. And to those people also, that is more important for those people for whom we have some kind of grudges or differences, or to them also. Now it is the time to think about that situations, and now it is the time to forgive people Now you don't know whether the next breath will come or not, whether you will live next moment or not. So if you are not forgiving people now also, then when will you forgive? So now you should take out the time to forgive people. Whatever happened, you can fix the differences and come back to the normal relations. And a unnecessary garbage and burden you are carrying in your thoughts and your mind, you need to get away from all that.
Yeah, move ahead in life. Now the situation everywhere had kind of taken a pause due to Corona. So I'm just rephrasing what you had said, right? So it's like this is the time you take it as an opportunity and bring it on. Like bring all the love that you had been accumulating from your family and friends all these years. Now this is the time that you give away and say thank you to each of them who, whom you have met way back in your life, right? So this is the time when all of us.
If you have some grudges or differences, or you think someone has not treated you right, it's the time to forgive them and accept them the way they are.
Absolutely, isn't it? This helps us to not only keep ourselves peaceful, but also brings in a new force, new life force energy into us, and we work better, right?
It is definitely for our own benefit. It is not going to benefit someone else.
For sure, yeah. So, what do you think about depression?
Depression.
Yeah.
So as we talked about all that, because of this time, people are having a lot of time when they are lonely, when they feel they have no one to talk to or discuss their personal issues, or they are going through financial challenges, emotional challenges. So they are not living the normal life which were keeping them busy. So yeah, it might cause the depression. So it is very important to talk to people, as we discussed earlier also. It is very important that from our side also we should check on our friends. And if we are also feeling depressed or low, it's the right time we should talk to people instead of keeping ourselves isolated and away from people. So I would say the term that we are using is absolutely wrong, which is social distancing. It is actually not social distancing. It should be physical distancing. Socially, I think we are much more active than we were in our previous lives. So we are getting a lot of time to be active socially. So yeah, if a case of depression is there, then it is very important to talk to friends, or you can watch positive motivation. You can do things that you love to do, your passions that you never used to get. So if you do the things that you love to do, if you talk to the people whom you feel you can get positive from, so I think it will definitely help.
Yeah, couple of things. Let's just zoom into this topic. Yeah. So if I have to talk about depression, okay, so there is actually no real help. As in, there would be no friend who would be available to listen to us these days, especially these days. I'm talking about pre-corona time. Maybe at this time we might get help because, as you said, there is no social distancing nowadays. But before Corona, there was a lot of social distancing, I would say. As in, I can see most of the working young people, this Gen kids are so much into the circles of office. They are so much into certain circles where they would see them often, okay? So they don't get in touch with those people who are living far away and working somewhere else with someone else, right? So that way we are losing our circle. So let's say this particular person, let's assume some arbitrary person who is into some office in Bangalore. Now let's say he is transferred to Pune. All his friends changes, isn't it? Now all of his friends were in Bangalore back there, and now he goes to Pune. Now he gets new friends, and look at that, such a time wherein he gets into depression, right? Now he can't fall back to his Bangalore friends and talk about it, and he can't talk to the new friends that he's making here in Pune, right? So, and nobody is ready to listen. So I don't know how much it had hit you, but Sushant Singh's, suicide had hit me hard, right? So look at him. He has all the money, he has fame, he has everything. He's very successful, but still he chose to give up. Is it because there's no real help? I mean, there are.
In this case, I would say this happens when we are disconnected from others. If we need other people, if we need the situations that would help us, that means we are disconnected from ourselves. We are not valuing ourselves. We are not valuing our life, which is very precious, which is very bright, which is very successful. And I would say, if you are having a life, if you are breathing, if you can smile, if you can do what you want, then you are a blessed being. Having a life is also a blessing. So in that case, I would say it is a little spiritual inclination is needed. Spirituality, I doesn't mean that puja part thing, but you should be connected. You should do some practice which makes you connected to yourself, like yoga, like meditation, like taking out some time when you are not doing anything, but you are with yourself, when you can talk to yourself, when you can ask yourself what is that you actually want, what is that which is actually bothering you, where you want to go, where you want to see yourself in next few months. This is the time that we need to take out to connect with ourselves. And this time also we say we miss out on this time in usual situation, but now in this situation we should take the opportunity to utilize the time to get connected with ourselves, which is very important. And I think the person who is connected from within, who's connected with oneself, then I don't think that person will be facing the issue of depression. We might feel depressed sometimes, we might feel low, but if we are there with ourselves, if we talk to ourselves, if we are positive about it, we will definitely find out ways to get over it. It won't harm us in the extreme way.
Right. I just wanted to, add some more points to what you had said. You had brilliantly said everything, but it is just that let's take the example of a person who is deeply depressed and is not ready to, listen to any quote or any suggestions, right? So such people, how do you think they have to get into? I mean, let me just add here before you answer my question. It's just like, so who is in deep depression doesn't listen to others' quotes, and he doesn't listen. Hey man, you have to keep yourself well, and connect to your inner self and something like that. So what I would say is that person must be constantly in touch with couple of friends for sure, and he has to the friends should also be helpful, not just in just listening to him, rather than giving suggestions. The best thing we can help others who is depressed. See, not everyone shows the signs, isn't it? No, not every depressed person will show the signs. Some people will think that they can take it alone, and they fail miserably, like all of us does at some point, right? So there is when we as a normal people who are not depressed have to listen to others. We have to spend some time with others and give them assurance that we love them, right? That small token of love and the time that we give them will help them so much, right? With that small thought, they just try to listen to some music that helps them, and slowly I would suggest anyone who is depressed to start something creative. Like, if our brain is divided into two parts. One is logical part, the other one is creative part. We are too much into
the person we are helping. It is important. It is our responsibility to know the person we are helping. So accordingly, we'll be able to help the person. Like, as you said, you want everyone to get connected with themselves or do meditation or yoga. So you need to know the person. You need to find out the interest of the person. You need to find out what can turn on that person. What could help that person? What could make the person happy? So I would say, in some case, suppose someday if you are depressed, so I would call you and you come, let's shoot today. Let's have a photo shoot. So I know that like photo shoot could be a therapy for you.
Oh, so much, pretty much. I really love.
Getting myself clicked would be a therapy for me.
Like, that's an amazing combination, isn't it?
Like I do Shari, I love doing it. So if I'm penning down thoughts, whether it be negative or positive, and if I'm writing it down, so that is a way I'm taking out my depressed feeling, and I'm feeling positive about it.
Yeah, just 1 second, Sapna. I have a question here. What if a person who doesn't have friends and is not speaking to anyone, not able to speak to anyone, what would you suggest was the question? So I just wanted to answer this before we proceed. So yes, typically deeply depressed people are like this. They don't wanted to keep it upfront. They don't wanted to disclose that they are depressed, right? But that is what I was saying. We all, as a normal people who are all normal, their friends have to keep in touch with such people. Keep an eye on them. Not eye means not stalking. Okay, it's just that you spend some time with them. I don't think they wouldn't leave any small clue. Okay, it's like this. If you look at Sushant's Twitter cover photo, it's something. Even today, if you go and see, it actually says all about he's depressed, right? So similarly, depressed people leave a sign. In our generation, these people put WhatsApp status as quotes. Those quotes. You can easily identify such people. That is the time when we need to say hi. Let's not discuss anything personal. Let's talk normally and change the topic. We can change the topic just by talking about ourselves, reminding them our friendship. Such things we can do. And as Sapna had been pointing out, so each person definitely has a creative talent. Definitely. So I do. Of course, I'm not a great photographer, but I do some photo shoot, right? That is my healing. You posing is your healing. Like that, some people draw, some people write, some people speak, right? So they have to, get in touch with their creative thoughts and build up their creative thoughts. One good thing I just wanted to talk regarding this question is that depression is nothing but darkness. You need to switch on the light, then only that darkness diminishes, right? You need to replace the depressing thoughts with creative thoughts, then only that depression subsides, right? So creativity is the answer for depression. And how do you get into creative thoughts? Being depressed that is the junction where some of the good friends have to come in and push. We need a gentle push to such people. So I would request whoever watching, please be in touch with your friends. We don't know who is facing what and who is.
Like I would say that our good time could help us in our bad time. So I would say if we are knowledgeable, if we have the knowledge of this thing that ending your life can't be solution to anything, any
True.
problem. Ending your life cannot be solution to it. And how much valuable your life is, how much blessed you are that you are reincarnated as a human being. So if you have all this kind of a knowledge which we usually acquire in our good times when we are with people, when we are talking to the people who are more knowledgeable with us or through our experiences, so this will help us in our bad times. So I don't think so if a person who doesn't have any friends or who is not talking to anyone and is feeling low or feeling depressed, if the person has the knowledge about all this, the idea will come of ending the life. I don't think so that idea will strike to that person. And I'm sorry I'm getting into a lot of spirituality here, but I would like to state this, that what we have learned, like you also follow the same spiritual thing which I follow, so you must be knowing that we got the knowledge from our spiritual guide that ending your life is not the solution to anything, because this is the physical body. You are ending the life of a physical body. Even when your life ends, your mind is active. You just leave the body. So when you dies, your mind is always active, and this is the mental issue because of which you are ending the life. So unknowingly you are multiplying 100 times your problem, because you will be leaving the body. Without the life, you cannot do anything about it, which you can do being in your body. And you think you are getting rid of the issue, but it is actually not. So I'm sorry, I'm in the depth of this spirituality. But
very great point. As you said, this is the time, when you are pairing your physical body, this is the time where you can actually go ahead and, go collision with the problems head on. This is the time where you can actually, you may not solve your problems, but you can actually face them. You can actually try facing them, isn't it? So you need to experience them in a positive sense, whether it is good or bad, right? So just to re-quote and put it simple to the viewers, like what you said. So each of our body biologically is made up of several cells, several trillion cells. all these trillion cells will have memory, isn't it? Each of them will have lots of memory, and whatever the slightest emotion you feel gets stored into your cells. So that way, your physical body also gives the reflection of the emotional body that you possess. Are you being, if you are being obese, which means you are mentally not well, definitely not well. It doesn't mean that you are eating. People think obesity is due to eating. It's not like that.
Yeah.
A couple of things, Sapna, before you go.
The emotional body, then astral body, then physical body, and 2 more bodies we have. So by killing ourselves, or when the life ends, we only lose the physical body. Rest of the 4 bodies are still alive, is still active, and you cannot do anything about it.
And you have to come back and you have to clean the mess again. You have to come back and clean the mess again, and it's definitely not a good idea. Just before we go to the next topic, I have a couple of questions. Okay, the first question was, how do I spot a depressed guy in an introvert? Right. So introverts are those who don't speak up, who don't open up to closest of the thickest friends. Right. So how do you spot those people? Again, I can't say it in a generic manner, but the thought process of getting there to the introverts is to understand them, speak to them, understand their talents, keep checking whether they are putting their interest on the talent or not. Are they being mindful in what they are talking and what they are posting? By talking continuously twice or thrice, you can immediately make it whether they are depressed or not. Again and again, I am stressing on a point. A depressed person will definitely leave a sign. No matter he is an introvert or extrovert, definitely he would leave a sign. And those signs are not difficult, because how it feels when you are depressed is that you desperately look for help and you don't want to say that you need help, and you leave a sign there. So it's like that. And I have someone giving an opinion. Let me just read out. I think people should also learn about how to respond to a depressed person, because if they open up and the person who is listening doesn't respond, right, it can make it worse for the depressed person. Very great point, Prashanti. I was about to say the same thing. So how do we talk to a depressed person is also very much important. We should not randomly tell the quotes and send the pictures of quotes. It literally irritates them, literally. Yeah, as I said, we have to get to that. We should not get to that point immediately. Hey, are you depressed? It's not the way, right? You talk to them till they come to their soft point, from their depressed point to a soft point. At that soft point, you need to console them and slowly make them think about creative stuff. That is the way. And I have one more opinion. I believe change in habit.
Anudeep, I would also say here that it is also important what the situation is, current situation we are facing. The patients who are recovering from corona, when they are coming back, they are not treated well at all. They are treated like untouchables, and they are facing a lot of issues. They are getting rejected socially, they are getting neglected socially, which is really wrong. Means they have recovered from corona, they are winners of such a disease that we have too much of fear. They are recovering from that disease, and we should appreciate, we should help them. We should help them to recover mentally after recovering physically, and society is creating a mental depression for them, which is really wrong. If there are symptoms or any signs of corona left, they won't have been discharged from the hospitals. If the doctor is charging them, it means they are fine. We can touch them, we can talk to them, we can be near them, or at least socially using the social media or all, we can get connected to them, and we should really come forward to help them and make them feel they are they are still part of our society, they are still our friends, they are still close to us. But I don't know why the fear is making people to reject them or neglect them, which is really wrong. We shouldn't be doing that. Being educated, having a broad mentality, we should definitely help them instead of doing all this kind of stuff. Then
one point.
This way.
being educated is different nowadays, and being socially educated is different, which means I am just pointing out at the IQ and EQ. Most of the people are very much good at IQ and with no EQ, as you had rightly pointed up. Now this is the burning topic. Like even our scholar tunes say that, isn't it? Do not look at the patient as a criminal. Okay, please don't treat them like that. They need love. They are fighting an unknown disease. How it works, we don't know, right? Not even our scientists could break in this, at least I don't know how many months. From March, it's almost 3-4 months, and we are not able to break through that science of that virus, isn't it? So we all must, appreciate the warriors who are fighting with the virus and those who are helping these people who are fighting with the virus. And I just wanted to go through the comments that are coming in. Sapna, give me 1 minute. So,
social responsibility at this
True.
time.
True. So Hemant is saying, I believe change in habits brings something new in life that would bring change. Definitely, Hemant, change of lifestyle is definitely needed. And as I said, as I discussed the previous steps, after those steps, when a person starts doing something creative, there is where we suggest that person who is depressed to make small changes in his habits, his or her habits, so that they can cope up with life further. And just a moment, I have another comment from Gayatri. She says, in spite of having knowledge, people don't share the depression with the thought that people will judge them, and also how to overcome that thought to express the feeling. Yeah, right point.
For the introverts, have you replied to this question before? I think you have already replied to this question.
Yes, just to make one more point on this aspect, definitely true. There's always people who shy away from saying depression, from discussing about depression. But I think as we all, I don't know, we can't say how a depressed person will behave, isn't it? Because it's a kind of consciousness wherein you don't feel like doing anything. So it sometimes at some soft corner point they come and talk to best friends, right? So at that point, that best friend should be available. That is, I pray that each depressed person should have one good best friend who can help them, right? So if that point is missed, there is where it ends that trust that depressed person will have. That depressed person will no longer consult any other human being on earth, for sure. And that is where how they think is like, okay, nobody loves me, nobody have time for me, that's it, it's gonna end, right? So apart from friends, I'm always putting the blame on friends. So there is family, right? Isn't it? So there is there's a famous quote that says charity begins from home, isn't it? Family is your closest of the closest circle. They are the most unconditional beings that you can even ask for, right? So get back to your family and talk to them. I know you feel like, all your command, all the proud that you had will go off by sharing such things. But brothers and sisters, we have no other go.
Just while discussing generation gap, that communication gap should be there with family, especially
True.
at this time.
True.
Because we have to stay at home, we have to be there with the family, so it is very important.
Yeah.
Also,
I
we
have
a question from Shekhar, I guess.
Yeah, Gunashekhar. So what he says is depression always occurs due to external situations. In return, depending on the external factors like friends, family, or alcohol, is only a temporary remedy. Thanks, Gunashekhar. You touched one thing that I wanted to talk about, the substance abuse. Before Sapna goes on to talk about it, let me just read out the other one, what you said. Instead, we should learn more about our mind, our actions, and techniques to keep ourselves peaceful and pleasant. Yes, absolutely. That's what Sapna had said. Very well, that we need to touch the innate self that is trying to help us from inside. As you said, Guna, we are all looking outside. Okay, who is going to help? But yeah, baby, the truth is that nobody is going to help unless we help ourselves, right?
There will be times when we won't find people around us who we can seek help from. Even if we have a lot of, there will be times. in everyone's life when we will be alone and we have to deal it ourselves.
So, Sapna, talking about the substance abuse, what is your take on it? Depression and on top of that, substance abuse, not just the substance abuse. Going towards the substances like alcohol, drugs, and such stuff because you're depressed. How do you see it? If you ask me.
Again, I would say the awareness and knowledge will only help you. If you are aware that it will increase your problem, it won't helping you for a longer time. It might make you forget your issues for 10 minutes or 1 day or 2 days. It won't be helping you long term, and instead it will be it is harmful for you mentally as well as physically. So if you are aware of it, if you are mentally strong to take right decisions, you won't get into all that. I would say that.
Yeah, so as Guna had rightly said, they go after something. Most of the people go after some temporary stuff like, alcohol and drugs, which actually destroy your physical body and also your emotional body. You just make sure that your neurons on your brain are not working with the drugs and you think that everything is solved. It's nothing but a foolishness. As you said, you should have the minimal wisdom that it does not help you. Instead, it ruins you further, right? When you're already depressed, you're taking something on top of that just to get depressed more. That really doesn't make sense. And people get into this because, as you said, there's no awareness on how to deal with depression, how to deal with situations that come up in life which are very new, which might be new, right? So life does not come with a manual. Everyone's life is unique. I think we all must respect each other's uniqueness. We should not grow our ego saying, hey, I am unique. Yeah, so you are less unique to me. I am more unique. It's not like that, right? Everyone are powered and empowered with the same uniqueness, with the same touch of life force energy that we will have to bring in the creative forces to only help us better, become better every single day. And as you rightly said, Sapna, we need to wake up and thank ourselves that we are breathing today, right? So again, going back to our first topic, our generation gap, our previous generation, if you see, even if I start walking on my terrace in the morning, people come out and say, do Surya Namaskar, and they thank sun for empowering the whole earth. Likewise, you thank yourself, your parents.
Not only to the people around, to the environment, to the resources we have, to the positive energy that we are getting from universe, to everything that we have. Not only to human beings, to the trees, to the plants, to the animals who are helping us, who are part of life, who are coexisting with us. So everything and anything that is coexisting with us and which is adding meaning to our existence, we should be grateful to all those things. Also, Anudeep, now I think this session has been quite long, so it is the time to wind up the session. I would say that you should give a conclusion on it so that we can.
Yes. So the conclusion is that there is no manual or there is no go-to guide on life. Everyone is dealing with something that we don't know how to deal with, and it's perfectly all right. It's good that we look into ourselves, we thank our friends and family, we take suggestions from elders, and we keep up the culture. The more we get in touch with our culture, our nativity, that good we would be, no matter where you live. We are from India, so we should be in touch with the culture that our ancestors had brought in from all those years. Likewise, those living in America should, carry on their culture. They should be innately in touch with their nativity. Nativity is the answer to the modern problems, is my conclusion, Sapna. So we all must be following, listen and follow to our parents, and talk to ourselves, breathe in, just observe. Just if in a day all of us sit for 5 minutes and just observe how we are breathing, that is all enough. That is meditation. That is yoga, and that takes you to the self-realization also. That's all about self-realization. Nothing big.
As I have said in all my sessions, I would say here also, which is very much important. I would say this is a golden time. This is a golden opportunity. So do utilize it. to know yourself better, to know your loved ones better, to find out what you actually want from your life in coming few years, at least in coming few years, what is your ultimate goal, how you are working towards it, how you can redefine your life, how you can come out as a much better and evolved person after this lockdown ends. So this is the best time to do all this, which we usually don't get. And people who never experienced lockdown and such situations, they died waiting for this time. But we are lucky ones to get this time. So as it is said, every crisis is opportunity in disguise. So use this as an opportunity, I would say.
Yeah, before we end, Sapna, as we all always been saying about gratitude, I just wanted to thank everyone, our spiritual guides and all our parents and all our older generations and ancestors for all the knowledge. We could only talk today about depression and how to deal with that and all that stuff only because all the ancestors had experimented this supercomputer, the human body, and brought out certain ways of lifestyles that one can follow no matter what we are doing. So I just wanted to give my humble gratitude to all our ancestors, to our culture, and to you especially for joining in the session and giving your thoughts. That was really great.
Because of you, this session was possible. I have been doing only the poetry sessions, shairi sessions, and I love doing that. I never thought I'll be doing this session too, but it was very interesting, and I think it is informative for audience who were watching. And I'm very much thankful to people who joined us, who gave their time to listen to us, and
inputs also.
Thankful who connected with us in terms of the questions they asked or who made our discussions more interesting and more
lively. Yeah.
I'm very much thankful to those people who are sharing their suggestions to the questions asked by other audience. So their suggestions, their help is also very much helpful and very informative. So thanks to everyone who has joined here, even if we were not able to acknowledge because of even if we missed out acknowledging. So then also we are thankful, and it was really helpful because of you people. This session was meaningful. So thanks a lot.
Thanks everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, bye. Have a nice day.